skills so precise, making spooky rice. David set the killer chef, whipping the terror with zest. Movies and meals collide, horror flavors on the side. Chopping fear with flair, monsters everywhere. Gory scenes so bright, dine and fright. Lights down, it's showtime.
Welcome to the cutting room kitchen, where we cut straight to the gut. Beetlejuice is a 1988 horror comedy directed by newcomer Tim Burton and produced by the Geffen Company as well as Warner Brothers Studios. The Symphony of the Sea with voluptuous prawns are cooked with garlic and butter and paired with silky fettuccine and a creamy glaze. The film stars Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, Catherine O'Hara, Winona Ryder, and Michael Keaton as the titular character. The young couple, the Maitlands, die in a very tragic way. They come back only to find out haunting their own house and not being able to leave. As well as the family, the eccentric Deets move in and kind of take over their house in a very posh and, as we can say, eccentric way. So they're not happy about this. They wound up enlisting the help of Beetlejuice, the bio-exorcist for sale. And let's just say it doesn't work out real well for them. Juno, the Maitland's caseworker, warns them about Beetlejuice, that he's a troublemaker. And as you can see, well, he's more like a used car salesman. So they have to go over to the netherworld and enlist in her help, which is conditional, and then try and get rid of the Deets themselves. And as you can see, a few speed bumps were quite ahead of them. They now have to try and get rid of Beetlejuice themselves before he comes up with his next scheme. If you don't know where to start, let me show you. The leafy greens. Tim Burton is an American filmmaker known for his signature dark and gothic themes in his films. After graduating from the California Institute of the Arts, he went to work for Disney as an animator. His first feature film was 1985's comedy Pee-wee's Big Adventure. He also designed the stop-motion effects for A Nightmare Before Christmas, a film which he did not direct. He almost directed the concept film Superman Lives, with Nicolas Cage as Superman. Unfortunately, this film did not ever come to fruition. Some of his most well-known films include Batman, Edward Scissorhands, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and over a dozen more feature films. Alec Baldwin had his breakout role in the 1987 film Lulu, although most people dispute that Beetlejuice was his first official film. He is the eldest of 6 siblings, all of which are professional actors, and he holds the record for hosting SNL. He won an Emmy for his work on 30 Rock, and his most notable films are The Hunt for Red October, The Shadow, and The Getaway. We're going to take our pot and fill it with water and heat it up to the boiling point. Now we're going to add some salt to the water. Gina Davis has enjoyed a film career of over 40 years, with her most notable films being The Fly, A League of Their Own, and Thelma and Louise. She earned the Academy Award for her work in the 1988 film The Accidental Tourist and graduated from Boston University. She is fluent in Swedish and a professional archer. She is also talented in the areas of horseback riding, ice skating, and baseball. You're going to drop your shrimp into the pot and let them boil for approximately 5 to 6 minutes. To make the sauce properly, you will need 3 cloves of minced garlic, freshly chopped parsley, 1/2 lemon, 1/2 cup of cooking wine, a tablespoon of olive oil, 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 teaspoons of salt, lemon squeeze. Winona Ryder made her film debut in the 1986 film Lucas. She gained major notoriety for Beetlejuice and went on to make many cult classics, such as Heathers, Edward Scissorhands, Bram Stoker's Dracula, and could be seen with a young Christina Ricci in Mermaids. Nowadays, she is known for her role in the smash hit Stranger Things. Michael Keaton pursued speech at Kent State University before dropping out to pursue his career in acting. He cut his teeth on daily production on public access TV and worked on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He was born Michael Douglas, but legally changed his name to Michael Keaton to avoid confusion with the already established actor Michael Douglas. He made his film debut in the 1978 film A Different Approach, but gained notoriety for his roles in Night Shift, Mr. Mom, and Johnny Dangerously. He turned down the role for Beetlejuice several times, which was actually auditioned for by major actors such as Jim Carrey, John Cleese, Danny DeVito, and Sam Kinison. Funny enough, Sammy Davis Jr. was actually Burton's first choice for Beetlejuice. These greens look a little dry. Let's dress them up. What do you think? Danny Elfman started his career in the music industry as the frontman for the big 80s band Oingo Boingo. He would go on to do the entire Beetlejuice score, including the theme. He has composed over 100 films, many of which he's collaborated with Tim Burton. His work is well known in pop culture, composing themes for The Simpsons and Desperate Housewives. He is married to actress Bridget Fonda and related to actress Jenna Elfman. The effects in Beetlejuice were a mix of practical effects, puppetry, and stop-motion animation. The groundbreaking makeup effects were done by award-winning artists such as B. Neal, Steve Laporte, and Robert Short. Doug Beswick was in charge of stop motion, including the sandworm scene, while Alan Monroe was the visual effects supervisor. So, partners, some fun facts about the movie that the killer chef came up with, and you can't beat these, is Beetlejuice designed his own hair. Michael Keaton actually was given free rein by Tim Burton to say, I want my hair to look like I stuck my finger in a light socket. The scene in the cemetery where Beetlejuice is introduced, and remember, Beetlejuice was barely in the movie 15 minutes. He had to do dozens of takes because both Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis could not stop laughing. You even see when he looks at, you folks want to get someone out of here, I want to get someone out of here. Davis is like trying to hold a straight face and she just can't. It is also an interesting fact that like other PG 80s rated movies, yeah, PG, right? There was an F-bomb added by Michael Keaton. It was supposed to be cut out, but because we were originally going to get a PG-13, but they kind of let it slide, and of course, everybody knows that one. The most interesting thing I find about it is the waiting room scene. Remember, good old Otho, thank you, rest in peace, Glenn Shattuck. Well, he did say that what happens to people in the afterlife that commit suicide, they become civil servants. And as you see Miss Argentina with her wrist cut, and then it shows how everybody died. The cigarette smoking guy, he burned to death. The woman cut in half, a magician's trick, yeah. The guy with the shark on his leg, the guy with the chicken bone, the shrunken head guy, that was all there. And the funnest fact is, Carmen Pepe, who you may know as the guy who gives Pee-wee the sardines in Tim Burton's Pee-wee's Big Adventure, you know, the homeless guy on the train, yeah, that crazy guy was a crazy character actor. And we'll leave you with this last fun little tidbit, of course you remember. How do I look? There are no mirrors on this side. Fine, fine, you look fine. Really? I'm feeling a little flat. Grab your goblet and fill it up with pasta. Place your salad around the rim of the base. We're going to grab some seaweed for a garnish and gently place it over the top in the center. We're going to take our prawns and place them over the rim of the glass. The pasta combined with the garlic give it that final garlicky touch. The shrimp are bursting with flavor. So Beetlejuice is actually a very, very enjoyable and entertaining movie. It's got comedic gold and aspects of horror in it, but it doesn't ever make up its mind being a little bit goofy. But the acting, the cinematography, direction by Tim Burton, Danny Elfman's score, the model shot, all those effects are phenomenal, and Keaton is a hoot. It's hilarious. I enjoyed it. I'll give it an A. So go ahead and make my millennium with this delicious, delectable dish that will bring back any ghoul from the dead.
Lights down, it's showtime. Popcorn with a twist of grime. Creepy cocktails here to start. Cuisine and arts. Cooking up some fright in the kitchen light. Loafing up some fright, making spooky rice. David set the killer chef, whipping up terror with zest. Movies and meals collide, horror flavors on the side. Chopping fear with flair, monsters everywhere. Gory scenes so bright, dine and fright. Lights down, it's showtime. Popcorn with a twist of grime. Creepy cocktails here to start. Cuisine and art, blending fear and spice. Creatures in the rice, serving with a scream. a chef's dream.